Good morning, students. Welcome back to our online classes. Now, from today onwards, we'll start our next chapter of English prose, that is the kite maker. Now, before beginning the chapter, I'll tell you that you all enjoy flying kites, okay? And usually we fly kites during 14th of January. Okay, that is on the occasion of Makar Sakranti. Now, the Kite Maker is a short story written by Ruskin Bond. And in this story, if you see, the old man, one who used to be a prominent kite maker, but with the time and age, that prominence evaporates and leaves the old man with the views. Okay. Now, before beginning the chapter, let us focus on the introductory part. And also students, with the introduction on the other summary also it is written with the pictures. So it will be easy for you all to grab the chapter. Okay. Now, The Kite Maker is a story by a British Indian author Ruskin Bond. In it, an old man in rural India muses on how the world has changed while his grandson flies a kite nearby. What do you mean by the world has changed? Now students, there is a vast difference between the today's period and ancient period, because in today's period, if you see, all the students are busy with the mobile phones and also the media network, you may say TV or many other things. But in the ancient period, all were busy with the outdoor sports, you may say, or all the other curricular activities. That is all outdoor sports. Okay, kite flying, you may say, cricket, and all many other things. Okay. Now, Bond uses nature imagery as a symbol with an old gnarled banyan tree standing in for the old man. Okay. While a young spine mimosa tree represents the vitality of the grandson. Now, what do you mean by the old banyan tree? Means, see, with the time, students, everything was changed. But the banyan tree and grandpa, both are as it is. So you will study about the Mahmud, who is very old, sitting under the banyan tree. Now let us begin the summary of the chapter. Ali, a young Indian boy, plays with a kite as his grandfather Mahmud rests under an old banyan tree, the only tree on the street. It was the only tree on the street, and Ali's kite which he was flying, it gets caught in the trees of the, means branches of the trees. Okay, and when it caught under the branches of the trees, he asked his grandfather for the help. Now his grandfather is so old that he couldn't teach him to fly the kite. But when Ali asked that he will not lose another kite, please help him to fly and give the kite. Grandfather, that is Mahmud, he just remember his old days. Means he goes in the flashback and he sits under the banyan tree and he remember his old days. Okay, he goes in the flashback and he thinks that how he was an former, means he was a very good kite maker also, and he was expert in flying the kites. Okay, Mahmud's former profession was of making kites, and with making the kites, he was also expertise in it. Okay, and during his days, the space of the town was also so much, means it was so open, and but compared to the olden days, here now if you see, the town is hustle bustle, means there is no space, the town is completely crowded. Because of that, Ali is not able to fly the kite. Okay, now, during the days of the Mahmud, when they used to fly the kite, even the Nawab, the local village chieftain, they would come and see the kite spots. That is how this Mahmud and all the other people are flying the kite. And even Nawab was so much, we may say that he used to appreciate always Mahmud for making different kite of the, for making the different kites. Okay. Now, here, Mahmoud muses on just how much has changed since then. While he was thinking all these things, he also thought that everything is changed now. Nawab is dead, and only his descendants are ordinary people, just like Mahmoud. Okay, he no longer has a patron, and none of his neighbors know him. The pace of life has changed, and those living in his village are busy and harried. One of Mahmud's son works in the local garage. See, Mahmud, he had two sons. One is living with Mahmud, and the another one is stuck in the Pakistan. Why he is stuck in Pakistan? Because when during the separation of the two countries, he was left on the wrong side, and then later on he couldn't come back. Okay, means he was there only and he stuck over there in the Pakistan. Okay, now but with all these unusual things, Mahmud was happy that happy and grateful that his other son lives nearby, as it gives him an opportunity to see Ali, his only grandson. Means Ali is only the grandson of Mahmud, and he is thanking God for this thing, that at least he can see his grandson, he can play with him, or he can enjoy watching Ali playing. Okay. Now, Ali, he thinks that it is like a mimosa sapling at the edge of the courtyard. They are young and will grow up tall and strong. But Mahmud, on the other side, he is like a banyan tree. He sits beneath, because banyan tree is quite old, and it's stooped, their bones and branches twisted. Both Mahmud and banyan tree both are as old as the period. Okay, because he banyan tree is only the friend of Mahmud from ancient period to the modern period. Now Mahmud feels himself growing tired and wonders if he'll dream of the kite. Okay, now he wants to make one that looks like a giant white bird. In this picture, if you see that all the dragonflies, all the other flies, different varieties of kites are flying over here. And now still in this old age also Mahmud wished to make one more kite. Okay. Now he should have something to leave Ali, means he wants that before the death, though he was aware that he is old enough that he will not survive more. So before his death, he wants to leave for Ali a, means he wants to make one more kite for Ali. Now, when he was thinking all these things, he hears Ali calling to him, but the boy's voice sounds faint and far away. Why? Because Mahmud was feeling very unconscious and he thought that someone is calling me. Ali is calling me, and he was going on faint. Now, while all this things, or when he was thinking everything and when he was going on faint, Ali returns to the banyan tree and sees his grandfather whose eyes are closed. Okay, means almost with a faint he was taking his last, you may say, breath. Okay. Now there is a little white butterfly resting on his beard. Ali tries to wake Mahmud but can't. Frightened, he runs away calling for the help from his mother. Now, here see what this last line they indicates. The butterfly flies from Mahmud's beard to the mimosa tree, and Ali's kite suddenly takes flight and thus appears into sky. Means at last it is clearly written, or it is only explained by this line, that now Mahmud is no more. Okay, Mahmud is no more and he passed away. And when he thinks about all these things and his eyes were closed and unconsciously he fainted and he passed away. But Ali was not aware about it and he just went to call his mother. Okay, this is only the end of this chapter. And now I'll send you the answers. Please complete it. And also the previous chapters answers also message me. Okay, if any doubts you can contact me. Thank you.